Hi, it's Pastor Robin at MCC Richmond in my office. You can see a little bit of the clutter, unfortunately, but I wanted to be with you today because we had a wonderful worship this morning on December 12th, the third Sunday of Advent, Pink Sunday. I'm wearing a pink shirt and got pink socks on. You can't see those. It's a Sunday that we focus on joy. It's the third Sunday. It's the Joy Sunday. And we talked a lot about joy today. And I focused my remarks on a passage from Isaiah chapter 35, verses 1 to 10, that begins, "The wilderness and the dry land shall be glad, and the desert shall rejoice and blossom." And so I talked a little bit about how even in the bleakest part of our lives, God is always kicking up new life in us. It's almost as if we are pregnant. Like I said last week, God is the God, pregnant God, always giving new life. Well, that's in us as well. God is always kicking us inside to say, come on, let more of me show. Let more of what I've given you in your blood and your DNA to show in your lives. Let more joy out. That's really our job, I said. And so, I said the reading from Isaiah is actually probably harks to Israel's desire to return to Jerusalem from captivity in Babylon. Scholars aren't sure, but it's a good supposition, I think. And so that's a bleak 500 miles. It's not particularly beautiful. It's not going to win a Virginia Byway Award. There are not a lot of communities along the way because it's pretty desolate. I looked on Google Earth and could see much of what's not there. And out of that, Isaiah, this prophet, and God, I think, through speaking through the prophet, is saying, look, no matter what the circumstances are, I give you joy. You have joy. It's part of your birthright. It's part of your, as Fred Buechner, the theologian, says, we have God's joy in our blood. And I believe that's true. And in Advent, this time as we're getting ready to renew our relationship with Jesus, to know that he's coming again, the Christ child, is coming into our lives again and will grow and be nurtured and begin to fill us up with all the wonderful teachings and things of Jesus. That's what we are really experiencing right now. We sang at the beginning of worship as part of our praise song, the first verse to the song Marching to Zion, marching to the beautiful city of God. I think that's really the journey we're all on. And I sang for the church, I hope reasonably well, the second verse, and I'd like to do that with you as well. Let those refuse to sing who never knew our God, but children of the Heavenly One, but children of the Heavenly One, may speak their joys abroad, may speak their joys abroad. We're marching to Zion, beautiful, beautiful Zion. We're marching upward to Zion, the beautiful city of God. It's about that speaking our joys abroad. Yes. We know God. We could probably know God better, but we know God. We believe in God. We trust in God, and God knows us and blesses us all the time with more and more joy, more and more hope if we're open to it. And as we are, we can speak those joys abroad. I hope today that you, wherever you may be, are experiencing some of that joy, that inner joy that God has for us. It doesn't matter if our life is going really well the way we want it to go, or it's going really badly and we are in deep trouble and we have many things besetting us. God's joy is still available to us, and we can call on it and we can live it, trusting that God will see us through. It's always a matter of trusting God to see us through. So I hope, I want to say one other thing. Last week I talked about peace, and this week about joy. Anne Lamott actually said something, quoting her pastor, that I think is very important because peace and joy are very connected. And Anne Lamott, the wonderful writer, quotes her pastor as saying, peace is joy at rest, while joy is peace on its feet. That's why I sang that song. That's why I'm wearing my pink and trying to be a little out here today. You may notice on my filing cabinet here, if you ask us why we came to live out loud. That's the message. That's the vision of MCC Richmond, to live out loud. And so that's our joy. We can live out loud because God has got us, carrying us all the way, helping us all the way. We can live out loud in joy. May your life be filled with that kind of joy. And may you feel not only safe, but also inspired to live out loud for God. Join me here next week if you can't come to church, or come to church next Sunday and hear me share a message more about spiritual pregnancy. Having a baby changes your life forever. In the meantime, please know how much God loves you and how much joy God has for you.